Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Emily Rumery, and I am the Program Director for the Masters of Occupational Therapy Bridge Program at Union Adventist University. This video provides a brief overview of information you might want to know if you're researching our program, and we're happy to answer any additional questions that you might have as well. To get started, you may want to know a little bit about our institution. We are Union Adventist University, formerly called Union College. We made the transition to the university name a little over a year ago. Part of that was a transition to the development of our new College of Graduate Studies. Historically, Union has hosted a physician's assistant program that has been around for about 25 years. But just in the last few years, we've added additional master's degree programs, including ours, the Masters of OT Bridge program. So it really is an exciting time at our college with lots of new and exciting opportunities for graduate students. In addition to that, our campus is beautiful. It's kind of a hidden gem in the middle of Lincoln, Nebraska, which if you're not from Nebraska is our capital city, a medium-sized city with lots to do, but still definitely has that small town feel. Our campus is beautiful with lots of nice facilities and buildings, while also emphasizing that small class size and community feel and lots of opportunity for one-on-one mentorship. We have capped our program at 18 students per cohort as the maximum, ensuring that you have a lot of attention from all of your faculty and lots of opportunity to engage in the classroom and lab activities. Our university also hosts an occupational therapy assistant program, which is a 2-year associate's degree program. That program is about 5 years old, and we share our space together as kind of an occupational therapy department on campus. So we also have lots of very nice new facilities and new OT-related equipment for our programs to use. And Union offers a Christian environment. If you're someone specifically interested in education at an Adventist college, you may be interested to know that we offer only one of 2 OTA programs at an Adventist institution, and we are currently the only OTA to MOT bridge program at an Adventist institution in the US. And that's very exciting, and we're proud to be able to offer that. If you're not from the Adventist faith background or don't really claim any faith background of your own, that's absolutely okay. And please know that that's not a prerequisite for our program and not anything that we require of you as a student. You're welcome to just take advantage of our community-like atmosphere and enjoy that as well. These are our admissions requirements. There's lots to see on this slide, so I encourage you to check them out at our website, which you can see in the top right there. It's just uau.edu/OT. Specifically, what we're looking for your application is your academic history, especially that you have graduated from an OTA program, either at the associate's or bachelor's level. We do require that, and we are a bridge-only format of our program at this time. We also take a look at that you are a certified occupational therapist and have passed that initial board exam. We do not have a requirement for any specific amount of work experience. If you have work experience, that's great, and it will be beneficial to you in the program to draw on that clinical experience. But we also have many students who enter straight from their OTA program as well. You complete your application on the OTCAST website, which is linked directly to that on our website. It's the application site for OT programs in the US. And then in addition, some documentation you include on your application is a personal statement, just explaining why you're pursuing these academic and professional goals, your resume, so we can learn a bit more about you and your background, 3 letters of recommendation, and then we do complete an interview with every applicant who meets the admission requirements. So those can be in person if you are local, or if you're interested in traveling to campus and making a campus visit while you're considering the program, or we can complete them virtually if you live at a distance as well. These are the prerequisite course requirements. Again, check them out or reference back to them on our website. Specifically, medical terminology, anatomy and physiology, 2 courses, statistics, English composition, 2 courses of either psychology and sociology, and 1 course of either religion, ethics, theology, or philosophy. For many students, you've already completed these within your OTA program or the general education requirements that your previous college required. It's also not uncommon that students still have a couple of prereqs that they need to complete. You can absolutely still apply to the bridge program without all prereqs completed, and you're able to just indicate that on your application. we'll make a plan with you to ensure that the prereqs will be completed prior to the start of the program. So don't let that hold you back from applying. Please still apply, and we'll work with you to develop that plan for prereq course requirement. Some things you may want to know about our program. I mentioned before, we have a relatively new facility still, developed at the start of the OTA program about 5 years ago. We have some really nice opportunities to be able to collaborate with the OTA program, have really direct inter and intra-professional collaboration, utilize faculty from both programs, and that's just a nice learning opportunity to support our curriculum. It is a 2-year program for the Bridge, so an opportunity to really advance your career goals pretty quickly and make that transition from OT to OTA. It's designed specifically to meet the needs of what a Bridge program should. So designed to build on your foundational knowledge as an OTA or from your previous OTA program, and offers that accelerated pathway to becoming an OT. It's also built with adult learners in mind, so we are offering the program in a hybrid format. The majority of coursework is completed online and asynchronously, meaning you have some flexibility to accommodate your schedule and your learning needs. There's only minimal requirements that are synchronous or in real-time learning throughout the program. Students then do come to campus throughout the semester for what we call on-site experiences. That's when we condense your hands-on components of the program, like labs and competencies, to complete in person. We've consolidated those down to be as infrequent as possible while still meeting your learning needs. And so typically those are 2 to 3 times per semester. So really designing the program with you in mind to be feasible, flexible, and meet the learning needs of adult learners or people who may still be working and balancing lots of personal and professional requirements at the same time. You should know that we are a brand new program, and so we are currently undergoing the initial process for accreditation governed by ACOTE, the accrediting body for OT and OTA programs. We do have a fully accredited OTA program that has been around for about 5 years, as I mentioned before. The MOT program has been working for a couple of years on the initial ACOTE accreditation process, and we currently are on the step which is called candidacy status, meaning we're up and running and accepting students, but still working through the steps required for full accreditation. ACOTE's process is to work with the program kind of through the first cohort of students with full accreditation just prior to graduation of that first cohort. We are following every step of the process and are well on our way and anticipate our final full accreditation by ACOTE in 2026. Here's your full-time faculty for the MOT program. So myself, as I mentioned, I am the program director. I'm actually the program director for both our OTA and MOT programs on our campus. Dr. Megan Klassen is our academic fieldwork coordinator and assistant professor teaching throughout the program, and Dr. Kelly Little teaches courses throughout the program curriculum as well. You also may work with a few adjunct instructors as we round out the curriculum. As you're considering either our program or maybe options for returning to some type of graduate program, you should definitely consider the workload and your ability to be somewhat of a self-directed learner in an online format. Our program is full-time, and so consider a full-time academic workload, what it might have been like in your OTA program. Even though we are at the graduate level and we do have some flexibility in the hybrid format, it still can be anticipated to require a full-time workload. So you can estimate 1 credit hour. The definition of a credit hour typically is about 1 hour in class time, and then 2 to 3 hours of coursework on top of that class time in terms of assignments and readings and other activities for that class. So for example, if you're taking a 15 credit hour semester, consider those 15 hours that you would spend in class in addition to the additional hours of coursework required for each credit hour, and kind of think through that in your mind in terms of how you might accommodate that level of a workload. Also note, with online classes, you do need to have some level of comfort with online interaction. You will have to have your own computer access to the internet, a webcam, ability to have audio and video meetings like this one, and Microsoft Office software. You're also encouraged to think through whether that's a good learning format for you. And like I mentioned before, do you have that ability to be kind of self-directed in your learning and manage that flexible schedule to your best advantage? This is our curriculum sequence. Again, a small image, so I encourage you to check it out on our website. But you can see the overall course curriculum, the 2 full years, including summer semesters, the first semester being a didactic classroom-based semester, the final semester being your final level 2 fieldwork. As you can see, it is full-time in terms of credit hours, but keep in mind these are all hybrid courses, so primarily online with periodic on-sites throughout the semester. When you reach level 2 fieldwork, the final 2 semesters, you can anticipate those being a traditional level 2 fieldwork experience like you probably experienced within your OTA program. The difference being ACOT requires 12-week rotations for OT students. We do also offer a part-time pathway option to, again, increase the flexibility and feasibility for some students, especially those who may be balancing more personal life requirements or a more intense work schedule. You may want to consider, as you consider what that workload looks like, the part-time option. You can see that pathway laid out here. It's all the same course requirements, of course, just fewer credit hours per semester, and extends from a 2-year program to a 3-year program. The reason it's not longer than that is because the 2 final fieldwork semesters still do have to remain the same. So at that time, you would be completing full-time fieldwork just for the final spring and summer semester. So this is definitely an option if you're really interested but unsure if you could balance the full-time academic workload. We're also excited to offer the opportunity for our students to earn advanced certifications during the program. We built these into course curriculum because we think it's really beneficial for you and your learning and of course your future practice skills, but also to build your resume. While you're achieving that graduate level degree, you're also achieving some practice relevant certifications to build your resume. These are a few that we've offered within our curriculum in this first year. You're probably also curious how fieldwork will work, especially in this hybrid program or for those of you who are still working. Level 1 fieldworks, you have 3 of them throughout the program, 1 specifically in a pediatric setting, 1 mental health or community-based setting, and 1 phys rehab emphasis. These are a mixture of simulation, online coursework, hybrid learning, and in-person on-site experiences. The nice thing about our program is we built the on-site in-person requirements into our on-site schedule, meaning there's no extra time that you have to take off work, come to campus, or go to a facility to complete level 1s. We built them into what you can already expect with our on-site experience schedule in those semesters. I already mentioned previously, level 2s are required to be 12 weeks per ACOT guidelines. They will be full-time. Many of you probably want to know if you can complete them closer to home. And to that, I always say we are happy to work with you to try to accommodate that. We can't promise it as we have to find willing facilities, but our academic fieldwork coordinator will work with you from the very beginning of the program to try to find facilities closer to your local area if that's an important thing that we need to accommodate for your personal life, your work life, and your learning. On-site experiences we've mentioned throughout are scheduled throughout each didactic semester to be kind of the intensive hands-on lab component all at one time. That way we're minimizing the amount of travel time and time off of work while also having enough time for hands-on practice and hands-on skills. One unique thing about our program is that the Seventh-day Adventist faith tradition celebrates their Sabbath or recognizes their Sabbath on Saturdays. And so we're unlike some other weekend programs where we do not have on-site experiences on Saturdays. But with that in mind, we have tried to condense in just a few short days to, again, minimize the total amount of time that you have to take off of work to attend on-site. You can expect on-sites about 2 to 3 times per semester, and you can see an example of our last fall schedule below. So our students came on campus in person to complete orientation just prior to the start of the semester. Classes then began online and run in a hybrid format. And we had 2 on-site experiences, roughly about midterm and then towards the end near finals week in the semester. So we can address all of the learning, the hands-on components for each half of the semester at that time. We are also excited to be able to offer on-campus housing. Like most programs, it is up to the student to make your own travel arrangements and accommodations, and the associated expenses are your responsibility as well. However, we do have the opportunity to stay on campus if you would prefer, which is nice because it's of course convenient and also very inexpensive compared to other options. And so you can see our options listed here. This is something we can help facilitate with you, especially the first few times, but you can reserve these rooms prior to coming to campus for your on-site experiences. And this last slide just shares a testimonial from one of the students in our very first cohort that began last fall in August of 2024. We really are excited and proud of our program. It's brand new that we're still building, but think that it's an excellent learning opportunity and a great way to really help you pursue your academic and future career goals. As faculty, your faculty have lots of clinical experience in a variety of different areas and are really committed to teaching and supporting student learning, and specifically like to mentor students one-on-one. So if you are thinking about taking that leap into a bridge or graduate level program, we would be happy to talk with you more and help support you as you achieve those goals. If you have any additional questions, I would be happy to answer those as well. You can see my email here on this slide. Please feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to share more information with you.